right? Right. So today we are going to start a new lesson, prime entry books and source documents, right? The 7th lesson, right? Prime entry books and source documents. So before that, please tell me, what is the accounting process, the process of accounting? Please let me know. What is the process of accounting? Remember the process of accounting? Someone tell me. First one, transactions. Then we record transactions in source documents. Then we record this in prime entry books. Then the other side we record in the ledger accounts. Then we take the balances. We balance off the accounts and we prepare the trial balance. Then using trial balance, we prepare financial statements, which is the process of accounting, right? So we already know about transactions. Transactions, ganudenu. Api dannawa ee ganna, right? So then after transactions, then we can see source documents. What are source documents? So today we have to we need to learn about source documents. So what are source documents? Do we have any idea? Source documents. Let's say we are going to a shop. We are going to a supermarket, Cargill's Food City, right? Then when we go to the supermarket and we are buying some goods, and when we buy goods, and when we pay, we are buying goods and we are paying. When we pay cash, instead of cash, they are giving us a receipt, a bill. As in simple, we call as a bill. They are giving us a bill, right? So, and not only in the supermarket, if we go and buy something wherever, they will give you a bill. ගොඩක් තැන්වල වාට අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම bill එකක් දෙනවනේ. Let's say in simple, we are going by bus to school or to the town. No, when we go by bus, also they are giving a bill, ticket. They are giving us a ticket. So all these kind of things we can consider as source documents. Source documents means it is a type of document that we can consider as an evidence, a provement of a transaction. Then when we go to supermarket and when we buy some good, they are giving a bill. We call it receipt. They are giving a receipt, right? So it is an evidence that we have taken these kind of goods from food city නේ අපි සුපර්මාකට් එකෙන් ගිහලා මෙන්න මේ let's say we bought a loaf of bread, extra margarine, chicken, kind of things, 2, 3 or 4, 5 things. Then all the things which we purchase are included with the quantity, like in grams, so kilograms, so in pieces, so in liters. So it is included with the price, not only the quantity but also price. Both are included, and finally they have mentioned the total price, and they have mentioned how much we have given them, and as balance how much yet again they have returned to us. All the details are included in that receipt. So it is a proof. It is proof of that transaction. If someone says that if someone said that we did not buy from Food City, then we can show them, yes, look at here, this is the evidence that we bought. We can show them. So a source document is an evidence which we have done a transaction. We can say anywhere that we did this transaction because we have proof. If not, they can visit Cargill's Food City and they can check with the Cargill's Food City. They have a copy, right? So these are we call source documents. Then bus ticket also we can consider as a source document. It is a proof that we went by bus. Let's say we went by bus from Kandy to Colombo. Then let's say your parents are saying that they are not sure you went or not. Then you can say, Amma, this is the ticket I bought. No, in that ticket it is mentioned the number of the vehicle, sometimes the time they issued the ticket, the amount of the ticket, all the details of the and route of the bus, Colombo to Kandy route, from where to where you got the ticket, all the details are included. So then it is a proof. Then you can say, Amma, I went to Colombo, this is the proof. No, so source document is a proof of transaction. We can consider it as an evidence that we have done a transaction, right? So we are using these source documents. We can record all these transactions in the prime entry books and ledger accounts, right? So we know about transaction. It is the simple thing, simple scenario, right? Then all the things we can before each and every transaction we can ask a source document, right? For each and every transaction we can ask from source document from the supplier, right? Always not only the supplier, for the relevant party we can ask, right? Let's say we went to the bank and we deposited some cash to one of our friend, and we informed him that we deposited that amount to his bank account. Then finally, if he said that it is not deposited to his account, then we can show him, this is the receipt this is the slip which we deposited. This is a copy of slip. This is a proof, which means it is a proof. So always source document is a proof of a transaction, right? So in this lesson, we are learning about prime entry books and source documents. And now I think you have an idea about a source document, right? And in the source document, we can see all the details about the transaction. Maybe, let's say we bought some goods, then from whom we bought, how the quantity we bought, the amount we bought, the value, the total value we bought, the everything, the date, sometimes the time. Then when, let's say we bought from Cargill's Food City, then the cashier's name also included. Sometimes they might sign in the receipt also, they might sign in the bill also, right? Now because of the technology, they are not signing because they are mentioning their name of the cashier as the cashier. They can mention their name. Then that person is the authorized person who issued the document. That person is the person who issued the document to us. Nowadays, they are not signing. They are giving a digital print kind of a thing. So that one also value, not value, it is value as well as valid, right? It is valid. So always now we know in a source document, we can see all the details of that transaction from one hand. On the other hand, we can see the signature or approve, a certification of the authorized person of the relevant party, right? So both are mentioned in these source documents, right? Okay, then so as and when transactions take place in a business, the documents prepared by particular section, the documents prepared by particular section of business by including all the details of such transactions and authorized by a person in charge are known as source documents, right? I'll say it again. Source document means as and when transaction take place in a business, the documents prepared by a particular section of business by including all the details of such transactions and authorized by a person in charge are known as a source document, right? So in these source documents, there are some details mentioned. Let's say, let's talk what are the details mentioned mainly. First of all, the name and the address of the business. If Cargill Food City, they on the top heading, they have mentioned as Cargill Food City, the name, sometimes their address or their mobile number. Then the serial number, their code or selling code or whatever, a code, serial number, a number. Then the date on which the transaction had taken place. The date on which the transaction had taken place, right? When did happen, right? Then the description of the transaction. What are the things we have taken or we have sold, however, right? What happened in this transaction economically. Then the monetary value of the transaction, what is the value of that transaction, total or subtotal or like kind of things. Then the signature of the officer who is responsible for the transaction, right? So these are the things included in a source document, right? So normally in a day there are so many transactions happen. It depends on the business. There are some businesses we can see more than 1,000 transactions per day, and there are some businesses there are 0 transactions per day. It depends on the business and the scale of the business, right? So however, let's say as an example, a business, the business called A, their capacity is 100 transactions per day. 100 transactions per day. Then for year, how many transactions? It's close by 3,650 transactions practically, right? So when we record all these transactions, can we record at the time, at the moment? It's hard. Then what we do is we collect those source documents. So in this source document, all the details are included. Then we don't need to write the transaction. We can use this source document and we can assume the transaction. We can read the transaction using this source document because all the details are included in this source document. Then we collect all these source documents. ඔයාලා මම හිතන්නේ දැකලා ඇති සමහර ඔෆිස් වල සමහර විශේෂයෙන් ස්පෙෂලි ගවර්න්මන්ට් රජයේ ඔෆිස් වල ගියාම පොඩි මොකක් හරි මේසයක් උඩ කූරක් ගහලා ඒ කූරේ බිල් දාලා තියෙනෝනේ. ඒ මොකද කරන්නේ? They are collecting that source documents. They are collecting and they are recording sometimes once a month, sometimes once a week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes once a year. It depends on the business, right? Usually at least once a month they are recording all those transactions in the accounts, right? So first what they do is They are collecting all those source documents regarding the relevant time period. Then they are preparing, they are recording those transactions using these source documents to prime entry books and ledger accounts, right? So you already know about ledger accounts. Ledger account means it is a kind of an account which we record the fluctuations of increases and decreases of assets, equity, liability, incomes and expenses. Depends on the effect we are recording like as debit side and credit side, right? It is a separate book which are included accounts, right? There are so many accounts in a ledger book. It is kind of a book. In this book we can see many types of ledger accounts, right? So then what are prime entry books? Prime entry books are a type of books that we can divide all those transactions into separate sections, right? So there are so many transactions happen in a business. Sometimes we receive cash, sometimes we pay cash, sometimes we are not paying but we are purchasing. It means we are purchasing on credit, and sometimes we are selling but at the moment we are not receiving cash. It means we are selling on credit. Sometimes we are returning goods, kind of things. There are things might happen, right? So according to that, there are a few types of transactions. Some are cash related transactions, some are credit related transactions, some are another thing, right? Kind of thing. So according to that, we have divided these transactions into a few sections. Mainly we have divided all these transactions into 5 sections. According to our O-level syllabus, we have divided all those into 5 sections. These are the 5, right? Let's say all these transactions here. Transactions are here. Transactions here means source documents. So transactions are recorded in the source documents, right? So now we are going to divide all these transactions into few sections. One for cash receipt and cash payments. One. Another one for credit purchase. Credit purchase ko dannone purchase stock ne dannone stock. Purchase කියන එක දන්නවනේ. Next one, credit sales. Right. Another one for petty cash. Petty cash means sulu, in Sinhala we call sulu mudal. Petty cash means normally cash means we are considering cash as a larger amount like 100,000, 50,000, 5 lakhs, 1 million, 10 million, kind of a large amount things. Here petty cash means there are amounts like 100, 150, 75, small expenses that we have done. So small expenses like we bought some stamps, we bought an envelope, we bought a pen, we went by a taxi, kind of things. We bought some refreshments to treat for our guest, kind of things. Then we can consider as petty cash. A small amount of expenses, small amount of payments we can consider as petty cash. Small cash, petty cash, right? All the other cash receipts and payments according to cash book, right? For all the credit purchases, we can consider as the stock purchase on credit, right? And all the credit sales. And there is another one we call all the other. Rest of all the other we record in another one, right? So mainly there are 7 prime entry books, right? There are 7 prime entry books. These are the 7 prime entry books. First one, cash book. Then petty cash book. then purchase journal, then sales journal, then return inwards journal. This one is not included in your O-level syllabus. Then return outwards journal. That one also not included in your syllabus. Both are in A-levels, right? Then finally, general journal, right? All these are prime entry books. These are separate books which we record transactions, right? So let's say, as an example, we obtain a bank loan. We obtain a bank loan, right? We obtain a bank loan. So let's say 100,000. You obtain a bank loan worth 100,000. Then what is the double entry? Someone tell me. What is the double entry?
Cash debit, bank loan credit.
Yes, very good. Cash debit, bank loan credit, right? So here cash means cash book. Here cash book. Then we record. First of all, we record in the cash book. For ledger, there's a ledger book. All the ledger accounts are in this book, right? And for all these prime entry books, there are separate books they are maintaining, right? They are maintaining separate books for all these prime entry books. But for all the ledger accounts, there's only one book for all the ledger accounts. All the ledger accounts are included in this ledger book. And separately, we have a cash book, another book, and petty cash book, a purchase journal, a sales journal, and general journal as well, right? Then first we record in the cash. Cash debit means we take the cash book and we take the cash book, and there is an account for cash book. Then we debit that cash book, right? Then we credit the bank loan in the ledger book. Bank loan is a ledger account, so we open the ledger book. Then we can draw an account as bank loan. Then we credit it, right? This is the double entry. This is how we record, right? So then all the cash related transactions we record in the cash book, one entry. The other entry is in the ledger account, right? First entry is in the cash book, right? Yeah, all the cash receipts and payments recorded in cash book, right? Then all the petty cash, the few expenses we record in petty cash book. Then all the credit purchases. If we are buying something on credit, something means if you are buying a stock on credit, then all the credit purchases we record in purchase journal. Then all the sales which we are doing on credit, we record in sales journal. Right? So there are separate books for separate transactions. That's why we have divided all these transactions into few sections. Then it is easy for us to manage the accounts. Then if someone asks what happened in last week, let's say last week we purchased a stock on cash. Last Monday we purchased 100,000 worth of stock on cash. සල්ලි වලට ගත්තා ගිය සමුදා stock එකක් සල්ලි දීලා. ඒතකොට සල්ලි වලට ගත්තා නම් cash account credit. Then it must be in the cash account here credit. We can open the cash book and we can check last Monday. Then we can see as purchase in the credit side of cash account in the cash book. Then it will be easy for us to identify. එහෙම නැතු මේ ඔක්කොම එකට how if we will be if all will be mixed in one ledger. ඔක්කොම මේක එකට mix කරලා තිබ්බම මොකද වෙන්නේ? Bit complex නේ. It will be a bit complex. යක් පොඩක් complex වැඩේ පොඩක් අපි කියනවා සංකීර්ණ වෙනෝනේ. It's ඔක්කොම හැම දෙයක්ම දාලා mix foot එක. But when we divide into some sections, it is easy for us to maintain as well as easy to double check. With that, we can reduce our mistakes. We can avoid our mistakes with that. And not only that, we can avoid unnecessarily increasing the space of the ledger. නැත්නම් ලෙජර් එක එන්න ස්පේස් එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ලෙජර් එකේ ඉඩ කඩ යන එක වැඩි වෙනවා. ඒකත් අපිට අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට වැඩි වෙන එකත් අපිට we can avoid. අඩු මග අර ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So, and let's say last Wednesday we purchased a stock on credit. Then where is it included? It must be included in purchase journal. Then we don't need to check cash book or petty cash book or sales journal or whatever. We can directly check the purchase journal. We can open the purchase journal and we can see last Wednesday we can see clearly how it is in the ledger. එහෙනම් ledger එකේ පිටු පෙරලා එන්න කතන්දරයක් යන්න වෙනෝනේ හැමතැනම බලන්න වෙනවා. But here we have divided into some divisions. So then the process also very efficient. It is easy to maintain. Not only that, we can appoint each and every person to maintain all these books for all the sections. So for credit, we can appoint a person for credit controlling. Another one we can appoint a person for petty cash. Another one we can appoint for main cash. And another one we can appoint for other. All the other. All the rest we record in the general journal. Right. Understood all of you? පැහැදිලිද වැඩේ? Set නේ? ළමයි?
Can understand, sir.
Right, good. Okay. And I think you have an idea about source documents as well as prime entry books. The prime entry books are the books in which the transactions of a business are recorded at first. Here also we first of all we recorded in the cash book. First of each and every transaction we record in the prime entry books at first. මුලින්ම අපි record කරන prime entry books වල. After that we are recording in ledger accounts. bank loan එකේ record කරන ඊට පස්සේ එහෙමනේ මම ඔයාලට කියලා දෙන්නේ මොන්නේ සල්ලි වෙනව නම් අරන් දාලා cash account debit කරන්න. ඒ වගේ කියලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? So we are recording transactions of a business are recorded at first in prime entry books. Then according to the orders, the order in which each transaction had occurred by using a generally accepted method before recording them in the ledger account. Right? Okay. Right. Then what are the importance of prime entry books? What are the importance of prime entry books? First one I told you. Posting transactions to the ledger becomes systematical and convenient after recording them in the prime entry book. It is convenient and it is manageable. Right? Then second one, responsibility of preparation. Each prime entry book can be assigned distinctly to various individuals and accordingly the business could minimize possible errors and frauds. That one is helpful for reducing frauds also, because when all are mixed, then some people can do like kind of things, some frauds, game right? But when we have divided into sections, then we know the authorized person, and if something happened with that, then that person is the one who authorized, reliable, responsible for that. Right? So this helps us to avoid frauds also. And it is easy to maintain the ledger because the total of prime entry books are posted to the ledger. All these are posted to the ledger, then which minimizing the number of entry periods. Because we record the one entry here, then only one entry we record here. If we are not maintaining these kind of books, then the both entries we have to record here. Then it takes 2 times spaces, right? Then minimizes the occurrence of accounting errors, and it is easy to find out such errors. It is easy to find out such errors, right? So these are the things, right? Okay, then first you write down the process of accounting, then write a topic as prime entry books and relevant source documents, right? No, sorry, ලියාගන්න මෙහෙම transactions and relevant prime entry books. Transactions and මුලින්ම මේක දාගන්න. ඊට පස්සේ transactions and relevant prime entry books කියලා මේක ඇඳ ගන්න ටක් දාලා විනාඩියකට. මේක පොඩි ස්පේස් එක මෙතන තව තියාගන්න. හරි. තව පොඩි ස්පේස් එකක් දෙකක් තියාගන්න. තව we have to write something. කමන්න ඒකත් මම ලියන්නම්කෝ. right. ලියලා ඒකත් එක්කම ලියාගන්නකෝ. Cash receipt. The source document is receipt. Cash payment. Cash payment voucher. Petty cash voucher. ඔගොල්ලෝ මම පල්ලෙහෙන් ලියන්න හරි. එහෙම තියාගන්න. Petty cash voucher. Here general journal voucher. General journal voucher. Here sales invoice. Here purchase invoice. Right. මේක දාගන්නකො. ඉක්මන් කරන්න හරියක්. right? Finish ඉවරයිද?
Yes, sir.
So in green color, I have mentioned the prime entry books. In the red color, I have mentioned the source documents regarding, right? So this is a MCQ question for your second term test paper, right? They might ask, they might give you a transaction, then they will ask you the relevant prime entry book or the relevant source document of this transaction. As an example, cash receipt. When we receive cash, what is the relevant prime entry book? What is the relevant prime entry book of cash received? Receivables. What is the prime entry book? The cash book. Then what is the relevant source document for it? For cash receipt, for cash payments, we paid cash for electricity charges. We paid cash for electricity charges. What is the relevant source, relevant prime entry books for this? What is the relevant prime entry book? When we pay cash, we credit cash book. The prime entry book is cash book. Then what is the relevant source document? All the cash payments we record in the source document is cash payment voucher. Cash payment voucher. When we pay to something, then we record it in a cash payment voucher. Cash payment voucher. Then how if we paid for a petty expense like for a stamp or for a pen or for half sheet kind of a thing, then the relevant prime entry book is the petty cash book. The petty cash book. The relevant source document is petty cash voucher. Petty cash voucher. There's only one thing, one source document in petty cash book. But here in cash book there are two, right? Because for cash receipt there's a separate source document for called as receipt, and for the payments, for all the payments we record in a separate source document called petty cash or cash payment voucher. Cash payment voucher. For petty cash, you will learn over petty cash, then you will be realized why there's only one source document is in this petty cash, right? This one is for all the cash payments, all the petty cash payments. We record all the petty cash payments. We record in the petty cash voucher, the source document, and the prime entry book is petty cash book. And if you are buying something to resell on credit, if you are buying something to resell, mean purchase. If you are buying something to resell, then it is we considered as purchase. Then purchase on credit, all the purchases on credit we record in the purchase journal. The prime entry book is purchase journal, right? The relevant source document is purchase invoice. Purchase invoice. Right? If you're purchasing something, purchasing goods, purchasing stocks on credit, then we record in the purchase journal, and the purchase invoice is the relevant source document, right? And all the sales on credit, if we are selling, we are trading. When we are selling, sometimes we have to sell on credit. Then all the sales on credit we record in the purchase, the sales journal. All the sales on credit we record in the sales journal. This is the prime entry book, sales journal. Then relevant source document is sales invoice. The relevant source document is sales invoice. All right. Then all the other transactions, not cash receipt or payment, not credit purchase, not credit sales, not a petty cash payment, then all the others we record in general journal. All the others we record in general journal. For third term, we are learning about purchase journal, sales journal, as well as general journal. And for second term, our next lesson is cash book and petty cash book. Then in that lesson, you can learn about both these in deep, right? So for now, just remember these things. Understood all of you? පැහැදිලිද වැඩේ? ළමයි? Understood? පැහැදිලි නේ? පැහැදිලිද? කොහොමනේ? Right? Then take your tute and go to page number 13. Take your tute and go to page number 13. Hurry up. Page number 13. ඔයාලා හැමෝටම ටියුට් හම්බුණා නේද? හම්බුනේ නැති කවුරු ඉන්නවනම් කියන්න. ටියුට් හම්බුණානේ? Right? හරි එහෙනම් පුතේ ගන්නකෝ. ගත්තද? කොයි ඉක්මනට කියන්න. ළමයි. Hurry up, hurry up. කොහොම බෑ. Take your tute and turn the page 13. In that page, you can see a table, right? There's a table. In this table, you can see the first column you can see as transaction, and the second column you can see as prime entry book, and the third column you can see as second one you can see as source document, third one you can see as prime entry book. Right now, I'm going to share you the screen. Right, this table, right? Right, first one, transaction. What is mentioned in the first column, first row? Cash received. It means we receive cash. When we receive cash, we record this in the receipt. The receipt, I told you, receipt. And the relevant primary book is cash book, right? The next one is cash payments. So when we do any payment for anyone or anything, all the cash payments we record in the cash payment voucher. The relevant primary book is cash book, right? Then issuing a check, right? So a check. Wait, I will show you my checkbook. Actually, at the moment I can't find it. Right, however, right? So in a check you can see like this, right? In a checkbook you can see like this. There are two divisions. This one we can tier this and we can give it to the relevant person, right? In a bank account lesson we can learn it, right? But for now I will give you a brief explanation, right? So as a checkbook, when we open the checkbook, we can see like this. This is for the receiver, for the not receiver, for the pay. So not pay. Yes, pay for the payee. Yes, for the payee, right? Adayakayata payee, right? Pay means the one who is eligible to have a payment, right? Let's say I purchase some goods from a friend over 50,000, then I can write a 50,000 worth of check and I can give it to him. Then he take that check and he go to the bank and present this check to the bank. Then he can realize this check. Realize means he can take that 50,000 with the presenting that check, right? Simple, right? So in this checkbook there are two divisions. In this one we can tear this and we can give this to our friend, right? So then when we give this to our friend, let's say I gave this to Kasun, then I can record here. There's a separate division, then I can record here as to whom Kasun. When 1st of July 2025. For what? Because I purchased goods from Kasun, like kind of things. We can record all the things, all the details about the transactions of the relevant check. For each and every check page, there are two divisions like this. So here we give only the right side thing, VT, and right side division we give paper, and the left side we keep. Then let's say I gave this check to Kasun today, right? Then after 2 weeks, Kasun called and asked me, tell me you that I didn't give him the check. Then like kind of thing he will say. Then I can ask Kasun, come here. Then see, this is the check I have given you. This is the number of check. All the for all the checks there's a separate there's a separate number, right? So that one also that one I will teach you in grade 11, right? So kind of thing I can say this is the number, this is the date I have issued it to you. This is for the reason. This is the reason which I receive issued reason for the issue. Then this is the name of you kind of thing. Then I can prove. Then that one also a source document, right? When we issue a check, the relevant source document is this, right? So we are maintaining another account called bank account. Why we are maintaining bank account? Because the cash in the bank and the transactions we are doing through the bank, we are maintaining a bank account. When we deposit cash, then we record in that bank account. When we withdraw cash for also, we are recording in that bank account. That one also under the cash book. That one also under the cash book, like petty cash book. Petty cash book for bank account also under the cash book, right? For when we issue a check, the source document is this this part. We call this check counter foil. Check counter foil. Check counter foil. Right. Okay, then next. This one we call check counter foil. Then next one is depositing cash and checks in the bank. So when we go to the bank and when we deposit cash, can we give it to the accountant? Can we come? Can't we? First of all, we have to write and fill a slip. There are some slips for some are for cash deposits, some are for check deposits, some are for cash withdrawals. For each and every divisions there are some slips. So then we have to take the relevant suitable slip and we have to fill the slip and we have to sign. Then we can present it with the bank counter. If we are depositing cash, then we have to fill the cash deposit slip and we can present the cash with that slip to the counter. So that when we present it, the bank will take both cash and the slip and they mark this in a printed system. There are 2 copies in a slip. So then we mark in a printed system. So in the using that system, there's a code they mention in the slip, and 1 copy they keep, another copy they give it to us. Then this is that the copy is the proof, the evidence of that transaction, right? So that one also for when we deposit cash in the bank. When we deposit cash in the bank, that one is the source document. We call it cash deposit slip. Cash deposit slip. And when we deposit a check, for that one also there is a separate slip called check deposit slip. Then we have to fill the check deposit slip and we have to present both the check as well as the check deposit slip to the counter. Then they take the check as well as the check deposit slip. Then we check whether the check is original loan note, they certify. Then after the transaction, they using that system, and they are doing an emboss kind of a thing, a print. Then one copy they keep and another copy give it to us. Then the copy which we receive is the evidence, the proof of that transaction, right? For the cash deposits, we consider it as cash deposit slip, the source document. For the check deposit, we consider it as check deposit slip. Both are source documents. One for cash deposit, one for check deposit. However, both these transactions we record in the bank account under the cash book, right? For now, you don't need to think about the bank account side, like debit side. Okay, it's how it occurs kind of things, because in 10th lesson we are learning this, right? 10th lesson, there's a lesson for bank account and bank statements. In that lesson we can learn A to Z about all these, right? But for now, you just remember, for cash, when we issue a check, we record in the check counterfoil, and when we deposit cash, we record in the source document is cash deposit slip. When we deposit a check, the source document is check deposit slip, like that, right? Okay, the next one, dishonoring a check, right? That one also not needed for you now, but for just you can read this, right? Then next one, good purchase on credit, right? Good purchase on credit, it means credit purchase. All the credit purchase we record in the purchase journal. The prime entry book is purchase journal. The source document is purchase invoice. It is very easy to remind. Credit purchase journal. Credit purchase invoice. For sales also same. It is easy. For all the credit sales, we record in the sales journal. Prime entry book is sales journal. Source document is sales invoice, right? Then all the others we record in the general journal, right? There are some transactions like depreciation, bad debts, accrued expenses, prepaid expenses, these kind of things, right? All those we are learning in the future, right? Some we are learning in grade 10, some we are learning in grade 11. So nothing to worry about it. You just need to remember the names and the relevant transaction and the source document, as well as the prime entry books of all these things, right? Understood, all of you? පැහැදිලිද? ළමයි පැහැදිලිද?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, then this lesson is over. You just only need to remember what is a source document, what is a prime entry book, and the uses of prime entry books and source documents, and the chart which I showed you before, right? You have to remember the relevant prime entry book for the relevant transaction, but we have to remember the relevant prime entry book and the source document of the relevant transaction for each and every, right? For each and every transaction, we have to remember the relevant prime entry book as well as the source document. Right. Okay, then this lesson is over, right? This is a very small lesson, right? Then next we have the last lesson. Last lesson means the 8th lesson, last lesson of the second term, right? In this lesson we are learning about cash book and petty cash book, right? First of all, we are going to learn about the cash book, right? Cash book. This is the prime entry book in which the receipt and payments of cash, or we can consider as currency, are recorded. All the cash receives, we record in the debit side. All the cash payments we record in the credit side. A business has various sources of cash as well as different ways of payments. There are various ways of cash as well as there are various ways of payments. As an example, when the owner invests cash to the business, then cash in the business increasing, then we record in the cash book debit side. When we sell something, we receive cash, then we record in the cash book debit side. We receive cash from debtors. When we receive cash from debtors, cash in the business increasing, then cash book debit. We are obtaining bank loans. We are borrowing money. When we are borrowing money, we receive cash, then cash book debit. Then for some kind of incomes we receive, like we receive building rent, we receive commission, we receive dividend. For all this we receive cash, then we debit cash book. So these are some examples for sources of cash of a business, cash in. And now we are talking about the examples for payments, cash out things. First one, we can say repayment of loan. Finally we obtain a loan. Now we are paying the loan. When we pay the loan, cash in the business outflow, payment. Cash in the business decreasing, credit. Then when we purchase some goods on cash, we have to pay cash. Then cash in the business decreasing, outflow, cash book, credit. When we pay cash to creditors, cash in the business decreasing, outflow, it means credit, right? Kind of things we can consider as the cash receipts and payments, right? So these kind of transactions we record in the cash book. All the cash related transactions we record in the cash book. All the cash receipts, cash increases we record in the debit side. All the cash decreases, so cash payments we record in the credit side, in simple, right? And in this cash book, it behaves dual functions. We call it as dual functions. It performs as dual functions. What are the dual functions of the cash book? The first one is the cash book performs as a prime entry book. It is a prime entry book. So here, cash book performs as a prime entry book. You already know this. On the other hand, it performs as a ledger account. Sometimes it performs as a ledger account. This is a kind of account. So the dual function of cash book is performs as a prime entry book as well as performs as a ledger account. Performs as a prime entry book as well as performs as a ledger account. Right? Understood, all of you? This one also a very common question. Dual function of dual functions of cash book. First one, performs as a prime entry book. The next one performs as a ledger account. Right? Liha ganna, mangkaranna. right? Right, finish. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Then now we are going to learn about for petty cash book also මයිකක් තියාගන්න. Full functions of cash book and petty cash book. දෙකම එකයි, right? මම මේකක් තියාගන්න petty cash, right? Petty cash book, right? Right. And now yet again we can come to discounts. Right? Do you remember about discounts? Please tell me. Do you remember about discounts? Discount ගැන මතකද? වට්ටම් ගැන? මතකද? Discounts ගැන? Right? There are two types of discounts. Remember? What is a discount? There are two types of discounts.
Deduction from the marked price.
Yes, deduction from the mark price. Very good. There are two discounts. That one you told me about trade discounts. There are two discounts. One for trade discount. Another one for cash discount. Right. So we have already done about trade discounts. And yet again, we can divide these discounts into two. Trade one as discount allowed as well as discount received. Right? Cash discounts also we can divide into two. Discount allowed as well as discount received. Right? This is how we can divide into sections. From the label price, then we can consider that amount as a trade discount, right? So another thing, we are not recording these trade discounts in the accounts. අපි මේ trade discount accounts වල එහෙම නැත්නම් ගිණුම් කරන්නේ සටහන් කරන්නේ නැත. We are not recording. We are not recording. Why? Because it's useless. 400ට ගන්න ගිය කොකා කෝලා එක 300ට හම්බුනාම අපි ආය අමුතුන් කියන්න ඕනේ 400ක තමයි 300ට හම්බුනේ කියලා එහෙම කියන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. However, we bought for 300. That's it, right? Okay. Then today we are going to learn about cash discounts. Cash discounts, right? You know about trade discounts. As a trade discount, always the sellers from the seller's side, it is a discount allowed from the seller's side. Let's say we went to the Cargills and we bought a Sprite and we received 100 deduction. It means we received a discount. Then we are the buyer from our side, buyer side. We are the one who received the discount. Discount received. And from the seller side, they are the one who allowed the discount. From the seller side, it is a discount allowed. Discount received is an income. Discount allowed is an expense. From the buyer side, it is an income. From the seller side, it is an expense, right? Okay. But cash discounts are different, right? Cash discounts occur when we purchase goods on credit and when we sell goods on credit, right? When we purchase goods on credit and when we sell goods on credit, the discounts, the cash discounts occur. It's like this, right? Let's say we are purchasing some stock from a friend, right? As an example, I will tell you like this, right? I will tell you like this. Purchased from Nimal. $40,000, right? This is the transaction. Purchase from Nimal, 40,000. It means we purchase a stock from Nimal worth 40,000, right? Then what is the dual impact here? What is the dual impact when we record this? Tell me the double entry for this. Tell me the double entry. Someone tell me the double entry.
Purchase debit, Nimal creditor credit.
Purchase debit 40,000. Then Nimal credit 40,000. Very good. Very good, right? like this name. Right? This is this, right? We purchase a stock, right? And we are purchasing on credit. So when we purchase, Nimal, this is the thing actually happened, right? We need some stocks at the moment in our office, in our business. There are no stocks, but we need stocks. It's emergent, it's urgent, right? But we don't have cash to buy stocks. Then we asked one of our friend called Nimal to purchase some goods on credit to pay it later. Then Nimal agreed to give stocks to us. Nimal අපිට stocks දෙන්න agree වුණා. But there's a condition. He made a condition. What is the condition? We have to settle this 40,000 within 1 month. Within 1 month. Let's say we have to settle within 1 month. Settle within 1 month. Somehow, however, we have to settle this within 1 month. And another term he gave us. What is the term? If we settled within 14 days, if we settle within 14 days, Nimal offer us 10% discount. Nimal අපිට මේ ටික දුන්නේ අනිවාර්යෙන් definitely we have to pay within 1 month. අනිවාර්යෙන් මාසයක් ඇතුළත ගෙවන්න ඕන. And another condition, if we settle this within 14 days, the මාසයක් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි කොහොම හරි however if we settle within 14 days, then he offers us 10% discount. With that, what is he doing? What is he doing with offering this discount? He's encouraging us to repay the credit. He's encouraging us to repay the credit. Right? Then we are trying to pay within 14 days to get that 10% offer, get that 10% discount. Right? Let's say, however, we paid within 14 days. Let's say we pay at the 10th day. Right? Then what happened? We have to pay 40,000, but we are going to pay within 14 days. Then we receive 10% discount. 10% mean 4,000 discount we receive. Then we have to pay only how much? Then we can deduct this 10%, this 4,000 from this 40,000, and we can pay how much? How much we have to pay if you are settling within 14 days? We have to pay only, here we have to pay 40,000. If we are settling, if we are going to settle within 14 days, then we receive 10% of discount. 10% of discount mean 4,000. Then we can deduct that 10% of discount means 4,000, and we can pay 36,000. Then we paid 36,000 to Nimal. Then cash in the business decreasing credit 36,000 to Nimal. Right? Then Nimal's account also here credit, a cash decreasing credit. Nimal credit, what happened now when we pay to creditor? Credit liability decreased. Liability decreasing, debit 36,000 as cash. Right? This is the thing happened. We purchased 40,000 worth of goods, but we paid only 36,000 because of that discount. Then how if we recorded like this and finish it up? Is it okay? Is it balanced? Are both transactions balanced? Balance me transaction දෙක එතකොට අපි ගෙවුවොත් හදිසියව. Paid within 14 days and received 10% discount. Balance the eතකොට මේක. Nimal, we have taken from Nimal 40,000, but we paid only 36,000. Then we have to mention that we received that discount. But then let's say we recorded like this. We purchased from Nimal 40,000. It's okay. Then we paid only 36,000. Then someone will ask, then what happened to the rest of 4,000? You obtained 40,000, but you have paid only 36,000. What happened to the rest of 4,000? Then we have to record that one too, right? So for that, we are using two columns, right? We are creating another column to cash book. This column we call as discount received. This column we call as discount allowed, right? I will explain you right about this. Then balaganna paid 36,000. Then how much discount we received? Here 4,000. We receive 4,000 discount, right? Then 40,000 okay for here, okay. It's not enough. We have to record here also. Then here also we record as 4,000 as discount received. Then balance name adding. We purchased worth 40,000. Then we paid only 36,000. The rest of 4,000 we received as a discount. Right? Discount received is an income. So that's why we record discount received in credit side. Discount allowed is an expense. That's why we record discount allowed in debit side. As well as when we pay, when we settle, we receive discount. When we settle, we receive discount. When we settle, we receive discount. Understood all of you? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. Record this. Hurry up. So this is this cash book we call as a cash book with discount columns, right? Cash book with discount columns. So before you prepare the cash book, you have to read all the transactions and you have to check whether there are how many discount related transactions, right? If there are even at least one discount related transactions, then you have to prepare this discount, this cash book with discounts, right? With discount columns, right? If there are no any discount related transactions, then you don't need to prepare this. But my advice is to prepare prepare the cash book with discount columns every time. Then it doesn't matter whether there are discounts or not. Doesn't matter. We have prepared. If there are discounts, then we can record in the discount column. If there are not, then nothing to record in the discount column. However, we have the column here. Then it will be easy for us to continue this, right? So then, since now you have to prepare the cash book with discount columns, right? Right. Make a transaction right? This is how we receive cash discounts. When we purchase on credit and when we are settling within that relevant time period, when we settle, if we settle within that relevant credit period which they give, then we receive the discount. When we receive the discount means we can deduct that discount from the payment. From this 40,000, we can deduct this 4,000 and we can pay only 36,000. Then when we pay 36,000, here cash decreasing credit and the relevant creditor is a liability, the liability also decreasing debit. Then what happened to the rest of 4,000? Then when we pay 36,000, we receive 4,000 discount. Then here also we can record like this as discount received. Then 40,000 to 40,000 balance. Here also 40,000 to 40,000 balance, right? Right, hurry up. Right. This one, cash discounts received. Finish. Shall we go to the next one? Right. This one is very important, right? For your exam, they might ask. Ari? They might ask which side is in discount allowed and which side is in discount received, right? Discount allowed in which side, debit side, credit side, right? මතක තියාගන්න, right? Discount allowed is an expense, then credit side. For your MCQ, they might ask, right? So be careful. Right or? All right. Okay, then next one. Right. ඉවරයි නේ ළමයි. හරි. උදේ කියන එක ඇහෙනව නේ හොඳට? Issue करने नहीं?
Can hear, sir.
Yes. Clear नहीं? Right. So when we purchase on credit and when we settle within that discounted period, then we receive discount, right? And now we are going to learn about discount allowed, right? Let's say we sold a stock to Melbourne, right? Let's say we sold a stock to Melbourne. Sold to Melbourne. $25,000, right? So Melbourne, the same thing happened. Melbourne, there was a financial crisis in Melbourne. Then they came us to buy some goods on credit, right? Then we agreed to provide them goods on credit, and we gave them a condition. What is the condition? We gave them you have to Melbourne have to settle within 2 months, right? අපි අන්න අපි කලින් යාළුවෝ වගේනේ අපි කෙලින් මෙලිබන් එකට බය නැතුව දෙනවා 2 months. 2 months. And if settled within 1 month, we offer 10% discount. If they settle, we sold a stock to Melbourne, then what is the double entry? Sold a stock to Melbourne. Tell me, what is the double entry? Sold a stock to Melbourne.
Cash debit, Melbourne credit.
Sorry?
Cash debit, Melbourne credit.
Sold a stock to Melbourne. Sold a stock. Sales account. Credit 25,000 as Melbourne. Sales increasing. When we sell something, sales increasing. Sales is an income increasing credit. To whom we sold? Melbourne. Then Melbourne is a debtor. Melbourne debtor increasing. Debtor is an asset increasing. Debit 25,000 as sales. Right. This is the double entry. Right. Right. Sales credit, Melbourne debit. Then we sold. Then, however, Melbourne settled us within that discounted period. How many days we have given as discounted period? We have given 1 month as discounted period. Discount period as 1 month. Then they settled within 1 month. Then if they are going to settle within 1 month, then they receive, it means we have to allow them 10% of discount. 10% means we have to deduct 10% means 2,500 from 20,000. Then they have to pay us only 22,500. Then they are paying us 22,500. Who? Melbourne. Then Melbourne account also credit 22,500 as cash. In cash, they paid us 22,500. And what happened the rest of 2,500? What happened? That is the one which we gave as discount. That is the one we allowed as discount. Discount allowed is an expense. When we receive, they deduct that discount and they pay only the rest amount. In 25,000, they deduct this 10% of discount as 2,500 deduction, and they pay only 22,500. Then the rest of 2,500 we record here as discount allowed. Understood? Then both the sides are balanced. If not, someone will ask what happened to the balance of 2,500. Then it is clearly mentioned that we allowed them 2,500 as discount. Understood, all of you? Right. මේක දාගන්න ඉක්මන් කරන්න. Right. හරිද පුතේ? හරිද පුතේ? හරිද ළමයි? හරි. Right. now පොඩි ගානක් හදමු, right? Purchase from Orange 15,000. Sold to Singer 40,000. Allowed 10% discount when Singer settle. Received 20% discount when settle to Orange. Right? Make කරන්න බලන්න. Right. Right. මෙහෙම කරමු. Right. ඕක පුතේ homework විදිහට කරන්න, right? As the homework, please do this. Right? Probably there are only 2 transactions or 4 transactions. It's easy. It's very easy. Only 2 adjustments you have to record, right? So tell me, are you okay with today's lesson? Understood all the theories and the practical things?
Yes, sir.
Right. Any clarifications?
Yeah, I'm confused with the balancing of the cash flow. Can you help me with it?
Confused with the balance of
Cash book.
balance of the cash book, right? Okay. Okay, then please remind me the next week. And nothing to worry because in our seminar also we are doing that. Then nothing to worry. It is a very easy thing, right? Balancing of cash book is very easy thing. I will explain you it again, right? Don't worry, right? So on the other hand, what are the other issues?
That's all.
Today one, okay? This thing?
Yes.
Then source documents and prime entry books. We did earlier.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Okay, then Buddha, this week also we are conducting seminars. Then you can join with the seminars and you can revise the last few lessons, right? Last few lessons. Okay. Then good night, all of you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.